Topic 1. Microsoft CEO criticizes Anthropic's Fable as editorially controlled, while Moonshot AI releases a Kimi K3 model positioning itself against OpenAI and Anthropic, fueling volatility that sank SoftBank and briefly cost NVIDIA its top market cap spot to Apple. Summary, 3 to 4 lines. Satya Nadella publicly accused Anthropic's top model Fable of being editorially controlled, criticizing its frequent refusals to comply with user requests, despite Microsoft being a major investor. At the same time, China's Moonshot AI unveiled an open-source 2.8 trillion parameter model called Kimi K3 that it claims rivals some OpenAI and Anthropic models, prompting controversy over possible distillation. Those tensions and rivalries contributed to sharp moves in semiconductor and tech stocks, including steep losses at SoftBank and a dip that allowed Apple briefly to overtake NVIDIA in market capitalization. Details, full translation of original points. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella publicly criticized Anthropic's top model Fable for frequently refusing users' requests, calling it editorially controlled. Nadella said he did not understand Fable's refusal and restriction policies, and this amounted to criticism of an important partner in which Microsoft has invested billions of dollars. Anthropic applied new safety measures after releasing Fable 5 to reduce false positives and at one point blocked model access under U.S. export control guidance before restoring it, noting that more benign requests could also be blocked. Nadella emphasized that companies should move toward building cost-effective models in-house to use without data leakage, and Microsoft is expanding Copilot's consumer enterprise integration and use of internal and third-party models, its Foundry service. Separately, Chinese startup Moonshot AI released an open-source model called Kimi K3 with about 2.8 trillion parameters, claiming performance close to or exceeding some OpenAI and Anthropic models on certain tasks. Kimi K3's low-cost open-source approach could have market impact, but Anthropic and others have raised allegations of distillation, reverse engineering a model, that sparked controversy. The competition and uncertainty heightened volatility in semiconductor and tech stocks. In Asian markets, semiconductor-related shares plunged, dragging down major stocks including SoftBank, and NVIDIA's share price fell enough for Apple to temporarily reclaim the world's largest market capitalization. Conclusion: disputes over safety and control policies among AI model providers, the rise of low-cost open models from China, and shifting corporate strategies around cost, data sharing, and digital sovereignty are driving volatility in tech and semiconductor sectors of financial markets. Topic 2. U.S.-Iran military strikes and threats, plus rising China-U.S. tensions, warnings from Primavera Capital, are roiling oil and bond markets while import prices from China surged to levels not seen since 2008. Summary, 3 to 4 lines. Renewed U.S.-Iran military clashes and fears of retaliation have pushed oil prices sharply higher and unsettled bond markets. Simultaneously, warnings about financial decoupling and tighter capital flows between China and the U.S. are raising concerns about funding for Chinese private equity and startups. Import prices from China have jumped substantially, with monthly increases at levels not seen since 2008, adding to inflation and market uncertainty. Details, full translation of original points, geopolitical risk, U.S.-Iran, repeated U.S. strikes and Iran's threats of retaliation, including missile and drone attacks, have elevated tensions in the Middle East and increased insecurity around the Strait of Hormuz and nearby shipping routes. Oil prices spiked, WTI around $80 per barrel and Brent near $85, rising more than 10% on the week and marking a steep increase. Concerns about supply disruptions and higher insurance and rerouting costs have lifted freight and trading expenses, amplifying energy,